Hi, Nerd Castle. Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode. That was a little bit redundant, but I think I can accept it. Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Shopkeep, which is a fun little game. Not much of a looker, but definitely a player. I don't know what this does right here. This hat has been different in every single shop that I've opened. Like, one of them had like a Christmas tree hat. This one has a Santa hat. The one before that was like a metallic, weird-looking hat. I'm not so sure. Not so sure. Still, in today's episode, I'm hoping we will make a lot of money. We'll maybe get some customers to come on up in here. We'll talk about stuff and things. Mostly bitching about retail, to be honest. I worked in retail for a long-ass time, and it just never ceases to boggle the mind how somebody will come into a shop just dead set on ruining your day. Like, hey, he bought the gloves, and we made 70 gold right there, you see? You want to buy those things with your K-points. If you don't spend your K-points, it can suck. Like, you definitely want to spend them things. Let's go ahead and get up in here. I would like to sell, so we can get boots. Let's do some boots, actually. Yeah. Let's place an order for some boots. Every single day, you should also take a look at this board back here. This board is going to tell you what's hot for the day. And so, ninja stars are for rogues, wooden shoulders are for druids, warriors want golden helms, and mages want beats. That's not going to help us out much. But, man, whoa, that was pretty talented, actually. He knocked the potion off of that pedestal and landed it on that one. I feel like he should win some kind of carnival prize or something. Not even mad, I'm just impressed. Let's put that right there. As soon as the boots get here, we'll go ahead and stock those on the shelves. And in fact, let's make this a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, shall we? I'm going to make like little patterns and stuff with all the things I have. Now, technically, we didn't lose those gloves in the previous episode. We didn't lose those gloves. They're on the opposite side of that wall. But yeah, it never ceases to amaze me how people will go into a store just dead set on being angry. Like, you'd be doing everything possible to make their life better. They're just, like, losing their shit over something that's really not that important. It's over something like a $12 purchase. Like, is it really worth you getting this angry over $12? Like, granted, $12 can be a lot of money depending on your life situation, but is something that materially small really what you want to get this angry about? It's not like somebody totaled your car or something. I mean, that would be something to be this angry about. $10, it's an inconvenience, depending on your current life situation. Damn you. He almost did it again. I'm starting to think they're coming in here and competing to see who can do it. You can't even zap the ones who are dicks either, otherwise you get a penalty. People don't like it when people get murdered in your shop. I guess that tends to shine unfavorably on your overall mercantile exchange. The mornings are always slow, but we should make a lot of money once other stuff comes. There's an immaterial present over here. I don't know what that means. I came over here and I hit the presents with lightning and everything else. Doesn't really seem to accomplish much, though. This one right here is clear for some reason, though, which distinguishes it. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. That song was teaching children how to sort things into different categories. An important experience in life in case you ever want to be a professional profiler, for example. Just messing around. It's just jokes. Calm down. Calm down. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't think I could put anything over here. I looked at this thing for a while, but I tried to place stuff on it. It says offerings right there. I don't know if people come and maybe they sell stuff in front of your store, and then you rent the space out to them or something. They pay you like a stipend or something of that nature. I have no clue, in all fairness. I haven't gone that far into the game. 6 hours in, and I was only on, like, I think I was level 8, and I was on, like, day 7 or 8. Like, the game is actually pretty long-winded. It takes a while to get moving. And then once it gets moving, it's just a hurricane of, hey, he bought the boots. 77 gold right there. Did we make more money? I don't think that we did. Never mind, I'm not going to worry about it. It's fine. Let's order... Frost resist potions are not a bad call. Let's get a couple of those. Yeah, sure, why run? It looks really cold outside. It seems like a frost resist potion would be the sort of thing that you would want to... Whoa! This guy in the festive, like, fiesta, siesta. Oh, that's the stuff right there. His sombrero. But it's got, like, working. This guy spent time rigging electrical to this thing, getting the 9-volt battery going. Attention to detail, my friend. Attention to detail. I like that. I might give you a discount. No, I'm not going to give you a discount. I'm lying. I am a greedy bastard, and I am just here to make as much cash off of you as possible. Where my pots? Where my pots? Where my pots at? That guy came in and he bought stuff in a cool hat. Alright, so we got this over here. Now we got the frost potions. which should sell a little bit better. We're starting to get a little bit of diversification. I find that the more you diversify in this game, the more stuff you sell. Like, if you just stock, like, one thing, like dozens and dozens and dozens of healing potions, it's not going to go well for you. Like, you might get a flurry of activity in the middle of the day, but if you have very diverse sets of stuff available, I find that you do better. So I'm going to order a few more potions now, just in case we get wiped out today. It happens. It's daytime. It's playing the rambunctious music right now that hobbits dance to. Happy clicky heels dance. See? Making them sales. Making them sales. Getting them in there. That's why I ordered stuff. How long do we have till our next order comes through? Because I kind of need to order more stuff so that we can make more moolah. Oh, this guy stole from me. He's about to get stabbed. I missed him with the lightning because the lightning doesn't appear to want to go. Sometimes people run away even when they're not guilty of anything, by the way. There are false positives here. I have murdered innocent people. It has happened several times. Luckily, I'm the richest guy in town, so I can sort of... It's weird, the problems that money can make go away. It's troublesome. If you ain't got money, it's going to be rough for you in this town. Let's go ahead and place that order. We just sold another frost resist potion, so I just want to get stuff on the shelves real fast. There we go. Get those potions. Get those potions. I see what you nicked yourself shaving. Don't want to have that nasty thing on your face when you go on a date tonight. Healing potions, son. Get them right now. Get up in here. Did I tell you? It heals baldness, too. So it actually causes baldness, but we don't tell them that. We don't tell them that, then they won't buy it anymore. I really hope we get that delivery soon. We're looking a little bit low on wares right now. The who's, what's, and whys we're doing fantastic on, but the wares, Okay, so they bought that. Let's go ahead and purchase some gloves here. Go bam, bam. Put the boots right there. Got the frost resist potion ready to go. Yes, sir. Ah, you rat. Get up out of here. Douche. You're lucky I don't hit you with the brick of forgiveness. It's if you let me hit you with the brick of forgiveness. I throw it at you. And if I hit you with it, I then forgive you. You are no longer held accountable for your actions. It's forgotten. But not a lot of people want to mess around with the brick of forgiveness. The brick of forgiveness, hard sell for a lot of people. Hard sell. Let's go in on a couple more sets of good stuff here. Nobody's trying to steal from me right now, are they? Getting robbed is a big problem this early in the game. If you get robbed this early in the game, it's going to be upsetting. Because that represents you losing a sizable percentage of your total income. This guy just walked up in my shop and just started swearing. I don't know what's going on with him. Wife must have left him or something. I don't know. You got to go around the back side of the display. Sometimes you can't pick things up. Then you just got to like kick them around for a minute. After you kick them, it seems like it loosens them up, and then you can pick them up again. Game's a lot more fun than it seems, though. I like this game a lot. The order is ready, but we got customers in the store, and I don't trust them. Alright. Couple more pairs of gloves in here. Who wants some gloves? You want some gloves? Come in my shop and get some love. That's in the back room with the red light. If you go in there, you'll have a great night. People always come to my store. They come for the rhymes. They stay for the merchandise. It is what it is. Armored boots already sold. Let's put in another order real... He just came in the shop to swear and knock my shit over. I don't know. Ah, I almost caught him in midair. Man, you guys just messing with my displays right now. You are not being kind citizens. Gotta fix all my stuff. All my handwear and general accessories knocked all over the floor, which are dirty now. No thanks to you little pricks. Tomorrow we're going to expand our wares into weaponry, I think. So just one thing at a time for us. There we go. We've got the shelves unlocked, so I should be able to condense a lot of this stuff too. They're a little bit expensive, but I find that they're worth it. A little bit harder. Oh, man. This guy tried to steal from me. When people stole from the shop that I worked at, you weren't allowed to, like, care or, like, stop them or anything. Although this one time, oh my god, this guy stole a PlayStation 4. So what would happen at Best Buy is that the customer service representative would bring your stuff up to the front. You would pay for it, bring your receipt up to the front, And then the loss prevention guy, the security guy at the front with the yellow shirt, would give you your thing and then mark off your receipt or whatever. And so there was a PS4 sitting right there, and this dude just like grabs it and books for the parking lot. And there was a guy in the there's a guy like in his Marine Corps outfit in the parking lot. He blazed this dude so hard. He speared him. He speared him like Goldberg style. It was gnarly. I was like, oh, you just got decimated, son. He's lucky he didn't get sued though. You're not allowed to do that shit apparently. Apparently criminals have all kinds of rights and shit. I was unaware of this, but apparently if they suffer damage inside your shop while shoplifting from you, they can sue you or something. That's why we're not allowed to touch them inside the store. Once they get outside the store, slip us a couple bills, I might touch you. I'm trying to make a bonus today. I gotta buy Christmas presents. Been a rough season. God, we're making so much money right now, and it's only gonna get better, Nerd Castle. It's only gonna get better. It's the evening, so I'm not gonna refill my wares right now. I'm actually gonna let my dream is to catch something before it hits the ground. That's my long-standing dream. Kind of a sitting dream now. It hasn't happened yet. And so I've given up on it a little bit, but when it does happen, that's going to be a magical day. I can promise you that, Nerd Castle. I can promise you that. Those are some tiny pairs of gloves. Who's going to buy those? Those look like they would fit on a Lego man or something. Killing me. G.I. Joe gloves up in here. I might order some health potions, though. Like 10 of those little bad boys. Let me clean up the dead bodies around my shop. This one's frozen stiff and he's just rocking back and forth. I don't think the ones outside, I don't think they affect like the attractiveness of your store. I'm not so totally sure. You came in here just to knock over my potion and leave. Little prick. See, this is why nobody wants to work in retail anymore. I always thought it'd be an interesting idea if you worked in like a retail establishment, you got like a cut of the profits at the end of the day. Like, I don't know, just something to make you give a shit about your job. Because hourly wage is not so good. It's, if you're working in retail, they don't pay super well. Some places pay a little bit better than others, but in general, not getting the highest quality pay from those sorts of locations. Especially given the inordinate amount of bullshit you gotta put up with on a daily basis. Like, I've had jobs that paid more than retail, and you don't have to take any shit. The job is perfectly fine. You come to work, you do your job, you sit down at your desk, you go to your cubicle, you do your work, you go home, and it's fantastic. And they pay you more for less stress. I don't know. There should be like a direct correlation between how much you get paid, how much stress you should put up with. I always felt like, what if the employees split like, I don't know, 1% of the profits of the day at the end of the day? Like, let's say they turn, I mean, at our Best Buy, we used to turn hundreds of thousands of dollars during the holiday season, like in a couple day period. And that was not completely improv. I think like they didn't give us the profit markings or anything like that. But I would assume that at least some of that's got to be profit, right? Or they go out of business. I don't know. At the end of the day, 1% of it gets added on to the employee's paycheck or something. I don't know. Give people a reason to care, you know? Make their lives better. When you have fulfilled, actualized employees, they're going to try harder. They're not going to steal from you. They're going to actually care. That's the good thing right there, is just having employees that care about the job is one of the biggest changes you can make. Because if an employee cares, it means they're invested in the place and they like being there. Either that or they're OCD like me, which was always my problem. I'm super obsessive. I can hate a job, but I'm still going to do it like the best I can because, I don't know, I like things to be perfect ducks in a row. And if you give me any sort of propriety over anything, I'm just like, this needs to be organized, move this over to here. Hated laser lining, though. If you don't know what laser lining is, it's where you got a shelf. Laser lining is where you take stuff and you line it up along the edge of the shelf so that it looks really, really nice. It's tedious and it takes forever. I hate laser lining. They used to make me laser line routers. That's what I remember laser lining at Best Buy all the time. Being up at PCHO, chilling, laser lining routers at like midnight. It's like, want to go home. Do not want to be here. And then I moved to Geek Squad. And from then on, I actually applied for Geek Squad. They made me work in PCHO for a couple of weeks, though. Not really sure why. I think that maybe they were down employed. PCHO is PC sales. I forgot. I'm using acronyms right now. PC How. That's what we used to call it. It was the PC Hows. I should probably restock these shelves, but it's so close to the end of the day that I don't really care. All these people are going to sprint home because they just realize there's no females around. This place is a sausage fest. Huh. That's unfortunate. Here I find myself wealthy for the first time ever. There's no women to impress. Damn it! How am I supposed to explain this big stack of Bugattis I got in the back? Urgh! Disappointing. Disappointing. So let's do some actual building here. We got stuff to get done. So we need tables. Tables are for swords and for shields. And so what I would like to do is I like to do something like this in the corners. It's actually a little bit difficult to do because one of the things that bothers me is that the room is not symmetrical. If you look at it, your store is always going to look lopsided. There's nothing you can do about that because it's non-symmetrical. I think they should put the double doors in the back too. It would eat up building space, but at least then it would be symmetrical. And if you're like obsessive compulsive like I am and you don't like things being in weird spots, it would make it so that you twitch a little bit less. Still, we're going to do something like this right here. We're going to go out from the wall. And I think that looks about right. Now, there's no way to guarantee that those have actually been done properly. What I mean is when I put a sword or a shield on this, it may be upside down or backwards. I don't know. It could happen either way. It is what it is. You can right-click on stuff inside your store to delete it and get the money back so that you can build things up. I don't know that I like that right there. They reimburse you entirely, so there's nothing to lose here from making your shop look nicer. That's a feature that I like a lot. That's a big deal to me. I like the fact that I can set stuff up and I don't have to, like, punish myself for screwing up here. Let's see if we can get this closer to the wall. Oh, really? That's got to be, like, back off the wall. Can I do it better over here? I think it likes this wall a little bit better. I think it likes this wall a little bit better. So we'll go in right there. So we've got one for health potions. And we've got one for frost resist potions. Let's break those out real fast. Sometimes these can be a little bit difficult to click. Sometimes it's not. Oh, really? I can put gloves on the shelves, too. I don't think I can put boots on the shelves, though. So let's go ahead and make an order. Grab that real fast. I think the boots can only go on the little pedestals. So we may want to set up maybe like 1 or 2 pedestals here. I also don't like that you can't set the cloth up perpendicular to the wall. You can only set it up kind of like diagonal. I don't know, it bothers me. I'm not complaining about the game. I'm just saying there's little things that I would change personally. Because I'm OCD as shit about stuff like this. That's actually perfect. That'll work out great. That'll be our showcase area. Let's go ahead and put in our orders real fast. I'm going to say that I need at least 5 of those. We should probably get after some gloves and some boots. I'm going to put that in real fast. And then I'm going to put in some tables. I don't know exactly where I want the tables at. But I think constructing like aisles might be a decent idea. Might work out okay. If you're having trouble getting things lined up, use the floor tiles. The floor tiles are actually, they repeat. And so each floor tile is a perfect little square right there. And if you pay attention to them, you should be able to line stuff up fairly easily without getting into too much trouble. That looks about right. And then I'll buy something to put on the tables once we're a little bit further in. There we go. I'm just going to set up little aisles back here so people can walk down them. They're probably going to break a bunch of stuff. It's probably going to suck, but what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? We got our order in real fast. Let's order this, or I guess put these in order very, very quickly. I tend to not put things near the door. Makes them too easily thieve. But for right now, don't really have much of an option. So we'll drop these in here. Actually, no. You're not going to go right there. You're going to go on this shelf over here. So we'll put you right there. Health potions are about good to go. See what I mean? It can be a little bit sticky getting stuff to go into those bottom left-hand slots. I don't know why that is. It just is. It's like a thing that you have to deal with. So I would just stop. I think it's because, I don't know. I might need to scoot these back a little bit further to make this a little bit more generous with regards to space. Let's make it a tad more generous. I think the customers are probably going to screw it up like a bunch of assholes, so... Oh, that one's off center. Don't like it. Don't like it one little bit. Here, let me reset that real fast. That looks about right. That seems almost close. I can do this, believe in me. I am the table mover. There we go. I knew I'd get it. I knew I'd get it eventually. I just had to believe in myself. That's what it was all the time. Just had to believe in myself. I don't know if that gap is equal. Wow, that's actually... That one's a little bigger, but shit. The fact that I eyeballed that is pretty impressive to me to begin with. Let's kick off another day, shall we? Break open the doors. Let everyone come in and see my newly renovated shop, full of new shiny things for you to buy. I'll probably just stock these for right now. It's better to overstock than to understock in this game. If you understock, you're losing money. If you overstock, it'll get bought eventually. The customers are not that discerning. Let's go back to this side. We've got K points that we can spend right now, which is pretty sweet. Vinyl player, armor, hat rack, floor mats. No. I'll probably spend money. Can make our deliveries come faster. That would not be a bad call. Let's go with +1 item. I want to make money for right now. I'm going to focus on things that earn us a little bit of scratch. As people come into the neighborhood, too, this should get easier and easier and easier. Easier and easier. Ain't nothing to sweep, ain't nothing to do. Just chilling in my shop. We're going to expand this all the way down, so this is going to follow all the way up to the wall so that we have aisles. And then I'm just going to try and make it look as nice as possible so that when people come in, we're making all kinds of mad sales. The days can get long, though. This is going to get, it's only going to get worse, I promise you. Today's actually probably going to be the first day where it gets really, really, really hectic. Today's going to be the first day where it's going to be a little bit flustery. There might be some blustering and flustering before we get to the end of this. 3.5 minutes left of the morning. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people coming in here. What are the specials for the day? What are people into? What do people want? Warriors want some plate mail pants. Wizards want wizard robes. Druids want spears. And rogues want beats. I can hand out a beating. I got my sword. It's not much of a beating. It's more of a cutting. I guess I could flat you with the blade, though. That'd count as... It'd be like Kingdom of Heaven when he rides by. Nobody liked Kingdom of Heaven. I liked Kingdom of Heaven, except the main character's a jackass of colossal proportions. Sometimes you gotta do a little evil thing to save a lot of people from really, really horrible evil things. The entire premise of that movie was, would you murder one evil human being in his sleep, basically, to save 2 nations from going to war with each other? And, like, his heart was so pure that he wouldn't murder the guy. I'd be like, At a certain point, I would argue that not killing him becomes evil. That killing him is the right choice. And you flung that one up off the shelf, didn't you? Killing him is the right choice, knowing full well what's going to happen if he takes control of Jerusalem. I'm just saying, which is the greater evil? Killing the one guy who's going to declare war the second he becomes the king? I don't know. I liked Kingdom of Heaven, though. I watch it a lot. Not a lot, I guess. I don't watch it as much as I watch, like, American Psycho, for example. American Psycho is one of those films where I watch it every single time and I study the facial expressions. And, like, you see, like, such subtle nuance in the performances every single time you watch it. It's great. I don't know. I haven't read the book yet. I need to read the book because every time I talk about the movie, people are like, you need to read the book. I'm like, I know I need to read the book. I have, like, a real understocking of time right now, though. I don't really have a lot of that. People are coming in. We'll probably want to make our last orders. Okay, so he bought frost resist, and he bought leather gloves. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go all in on frost resist potions right now, because we still have a lot of other goods available. We're about to level up to level 4, which means we're going to get some more K points. I'll probably let them pile up for a little while past this. You can't build more shelves in the middle of the day, just letting you know. It's not a thing that you can do. Does any of this need repair? There we go. Get this stuff looking a little bit nicer. Our shop appeal is 70%, which is pretty good. That's not bad at all. It seems like, I don't know how the game appraises your shop appeal, because I've had like a huge shop with tons of stuff in it and like no dirt, and it said my shop appeal was like 40%. There was no corpses or anything anywhere. Everything looked like really, really pristine, and yet sometimes my shop appeal is really high, sometimes it's really low, and I haven't really figured out what variable tweaks that. Let's keep this stocked up for a little while. Perfect. Looking great. Do not underestimate shelves. Like, oh my god. Don't keep a bunch of, like, random pedestals around just to sell, like, boots and stuff. Seriously, don't do it. I'll probably make these all be boots in just a minute. And then I'll put gloves on a shelf over here too. So you can use, by the way, you can use that slot right there. It's just kind of difficult to get at. You got to stare at it for a little while, which especially, like, you'll see what I mean in just a minute. Once the day kicks off, a little sketchy. Little sketchy. Got silent for a second. I don't know. I wanted to be awkward and silent for just a minute. Just wanted to let that sink in. Man. You're right. You absolutely should not have done that because now you're forcing me to commit murder. Did he not drop the potion? Drop the potion, fool! Wow, he is really dedicated to murdering somebody. Or wait, did he have the potion? Oh, he had the potion. He stole the gloves. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so that guy brought... I think he brought a frost resist. That's fine. That's cool. I can keep that locked in. We may want to consider buying a sword and putting that on display next. The swords tend to sell really, really quickly, and they tend to make you a lot of money. Like, I would say that probably 50% of all of my sales in my big shop in my other playthrough result in sale. Like, I sell a lot of stuff. Alright, so once the sword arrives, seriously, I sell a ridiculous amount of swords in my other shop. People want to be weaponized. They know everybody else has got a sword. They got to get one for themselves so that they can fight it out and not feel guilty. That's cool. When your enemy's better armed than you, that's a nerve-wracking situation. That's not one that I want to be involved in. Here comes the tidal wave of people knocking my shit over. However, what goes along with that is us making a lot of money. So let's see, did this get... I hope these are all facing the same direction. See, somebody bought the sword already. People always buying swords. I don't know what it is about swords, but people are down with swords. I'm going to go for 5 wooden shields here. And some leather gloves. The rest of our stocks are looking okay. Let me sweep up for a little moment here. This guy apparently came inside just to insult me and walk out. He's one of those customers. Don't go in that back room. The punishment for back room infringement is death. He doesn't have anything in his hand. I think he's just running around. He's a false positive. Sometimes people will walk in and then they'll sprint back out just to, like, make you freak out and shoot them on accident, and then you'll get in a bunch of trouble. Alright, is the order in? I was going to say the order's got to be in by now, right? Okay, good. Let's line up some shields. See if we can make some sales. That's going to give us a bunch of pairs of leather gloves, so I'm going to stock those on the shelves real fast. Can't decide if that guy was stealing from me or not. It'd be hard to tell sometimes, but he was. They drop the item if they're stealing from you. It stays in their hand if they're not stealing from you. So what's getting up? Man, you guys killing me over on this side. Ugh. How do you knock a shield on the floor and not pick it up, man? One of those customers? This is retail to a T. My boss used to be like, spend the next 2 hours organizing that rack over there. And I'd be like, why? There's no... I would say that, too. I'd be like, why? There's no point. A little kid's going to come in and wipe it out 5 minutes after I do it. And he'd be like, because it's your job. So I go over there and I spend 2 hours doing it. Sure enough, somebody with a 2-year-old would come in. They'd stagger into... It wasn't even like... It would be like a 4-year-old. It'd be like a kid that knew better. And so anyways, they'd stagger into the rack and knock the whole damn thing over. And then I'd silently die inside. I would like to stock one of my racks with full gloves, if we can. We'll go a couple more on there. I need a bunch more health potions, so let's just get a big order in right now. Perfect. Restock the shields so that at least there's something on the shelves, but we're out of wares right now. We're like sold out. We have nothing else going for us. Like, that's it. Done. Probably a good idea to clean up the dead guy in the corner. I don't like how they're cutting through the bench right there. That annoys me. That bothers me a lot. Walk down the aisle, you heathen. Before I throw you outside the walls. There we go. Sell those shields. Make that money. Get that guap, that cheddar, that Gouda, that Swiss. That good shit. That green shit that makes stuff happen. Order's ready, so let's get that stocked up. We have leather gloves, which will now occupy this place on my shelf. There we go. Get that health potion, pal. You deserve it. You earned it. I'll put in some other orders once I earn a little bit more money. You kind of got to stand diagonal to them. That's the best way to get them felt out. Keeping ourselves stocked. Looking sexy. What did you knock over, you bastard? You said you don't care much. Nobody comes in and says they don't care much unless they broke something. You totally broke, you little prick. Put those back on the shelf. Good. Awesome. So since it's the evening and it's slowing down, I'm going to break the episode off right here. My name is Splattercat. When we come back, it'll be the next day when we'll be renovating stuff. We'll rebuild some things, make the place look a little bit nicer. We'll get some shelves going, make everything look sexy. I appreciate you stopping on by. This is Shopkeep. I like this game a lot. A lot more than I expected to like it. I saw the graphics and I was like, it looks a little iffy. It looks a little iffy, but at the end of the day, I'm actually really, really glad I stopped in and decided to play it for a while, because it is legitimately a fun, humorous game that you can eat up a ridiculous amount of time playing. But anyways, I'll see y'all in the future episodes. Bye, everybody.